100 laps of late model action here. Fall Classic 2012. Cole Custer, Martinez, take you to the green. And move Juan Esteban Garcia in that mix as well. The number 3, Kwasniewski in the 3rd spot. 3 wide out of turn number 4. Trevor Huddleston on the outside. We are racing here.
You know, I was told that there were not that many late models here, but I'd like to beg to differ.
Absolutely. We heard maybe 8 late models. Well, someone's full of it. Out front, the number 55, Cole Custer in the 2nd spot. Luis Martinez Jr., former winner out here this year. Kwasniewski in the 3rd spot. Garcia in the 4th spot. McRae, Johnson, Partridge, Minch, Loverock, Mitchley, Andrew Murray in the number 21 machine, the 52, driven by Kyle Niket. On Kyle's outside is the number 71, Kyle McGrady. Adrian Merlin in the 19, 50, Trevor Huddleston. And the 2 names I don't have on the sheet, the 5 and 33. And we got a 42 machine pulling off the track. Eric Martin done for the night so far here on lap number 5. They're catching up to lap traffic. Cole Custer, your leader, looking to go to the inside of the number 9 machine of Glenn Schwinger. This will be news for Jeffrey, the number 9 of Glenn Schwinger.
I hope he swings it tonight.
Adrian Merlin, Trevor Huddleston down the front straightaway, battling it out. For the 15th position. Ryan Partridge, Taylor Minch. They were side by side down the back straightaway. Partridge moves up the spot. Minch goes back.
There's been some bumper usage. The 48 car's coming to the front. He's not afraid to use that front bumper.
Ryan Partridge is a very strong competitor here in any car you can put him in, and he is wasting no time passing as many cars as he can without trying to burn up all of his tires here on lap 10 of 100. Andrew Murray in the 21 and Loverock going into turn number 1. Loverock sparking a bit. Has that car running on the ground. Jason Murray in the 21. It's a very spread out race so far, very clean. Here on lap number 12. Cole Custer out front. Martinez just watching and waiting. Now, you know, no one's trying to spin their tires up right now. No reason to, 13 laps in. They go to the inside of the 5, who we don't have a name for. That's not Minch, obviously. Minch riding in the 6th spot. 7th, I'm sorry. Oh, smoke on the 48 of Partridge. Going into turn number 1, a right front tire rub, it looks like. Well, this hamper, Ryan, it's pretty substantial smoke. So that tire is getting rubbed on fairly well. My oh my, it doesn't look like any fluids.
I don't smell tire though.
It's going to be interesting here. Mike Johnson, Loverock, Murray, Midgley. 4 cars in a group through turns 2, 3, and 4. Going to keep an eye on Ryan Partridge. it appears that it's still smoking and it's getting heavy. That smoke is getting worse and worse.
I still don't smell tire, but I will say, remember, I mentioned it just a little bit ago, he is using the front end of the car.
Absolutely true. Be suspicious to see the official. They're keeping their eye on that car to see if any fluid or if there's a reason why they should black flag it.
I think you'd start smelling. I can see the smoke. We should be smelling tire by now.
Absolutely. But Ryan,
it does look like it's rubbing on the rear part of the fender.
Ryan Partridge wasting no time though. He's not slowing down for anything. So maybe he knows something we don't. He could be putting on the smoke screen for all we know. Oh, 3 wide going into the corner. Contact. Minch takes out Merlin. Merlin goes around. And Murray almost catching a piece of the number 19. Here we go. Restart lap 21 of 100 late models on track now. Look at the great start Custer has, but even greater start by the 03 of Martinez Jr. Oh, Kwasniewski off the pace in the corner. He's seriously off the pace and he's falling back like a rock.
I wonder if it's a tire.
He did bob a little bit there. He's pulling off the main pits. Oh no, he faked it out. It looks like a left rear flat of some sort.
I wonder if it's a right rear.
Could be.
Definitely one of the top contenders. Batter for the lead.
Martinez Jr. and Custer down the back straightaway for the lead on lap 23. Duking it out side by side. And move the 03 of Martinez Jr. up into the top spot. Kwasniewski pulling in the pits. Checking to see all the air is up on the tires.
Right rear.
Right rear. They are changing the right rear. You won. I lost. So Partridge still on a move up to the third spot now. Passing Garcia. I don't know what was going on there, but we all didn't see it.
Lap 27 of the late model 100 lap feature. As you can see, Luis Martinez Jr., your leader in the number 03 King Tonka machine. Unfortunately, Kwasniewski was one of the top contenders. A lot of people watch out for this kid. Still in the pit area, changing that tire. Out of contention, but he's gonna run in the 30 car, went way up high. I don't know if there's contact between him and McRae, but definitely a tight situation. And caution. Caution's coming out. Restart lap number 28 of 100. Oh, there is a bit of a backup on the restart. The number 5 of Taylor Mitch just did not get going. Everyone avoids contact. During that yellow, the number 48 of Ryan Partridge did come into the pits. They did check it out, and the hood is off. That tells us that it most likely was a mechanical issue. However, the car able to continue on. Doesn't look like it is.
Minus a hood on the 48.
Though I do still see smoke. Yep. Oh, contact in front of Partridge, the 19 of Merlin. Caution is out. Getting ready to restart lap 29. We talked to the spotter of the number 48, Partridge. We're hearing it's an oil pump. So like we thought, not a tire, something mechanical, oil pump. Tommy, what are the implications?
Basically the oil pump, if it's giving out pressure for the oil to go in that motor, and we know what happens when there's not enough oil pressure.
Oh, trouble in the front. Loverock gets turned, no caution amazingly. Loverock's not gonna let that one go on. Andrew Murray with a ton of damage. And the green stays out. Oh,
Why not? Just move him out of the way.
That was the number 33, Scott Roden. But the 21, Andrew Murray, did not pull into the pits. This is going to bring out a yellow most likely. Lap 31, just contact. This happens in these big races. Money on the line, drivers want it, and it's the last race of the year for a lot of these guys. I think Murray's gonna pull in the victory lane.
He won it.
I just missed it. Caution out, lap 32. Getting ready to restart lap 29. We talked to the spotter of the number 48 Partridge. We're hearing it's an oil pump. So like we thought, not a tire, something mechanical, oil pump. Tommy, what are the implications?
Basically the oil pump, if it's giving out pressure for the oil to go in that motor, and we know what happens when there's not enough oil pressure.
Oh, trouble in the front. Loverock gets turned, no caution amazingly. Loverock's not gonna let that one go on. Andrew Murray with a ton of damage. And the green stays out. Oh,
Why not? Just move him out of the way.
That was the number 33, Scott Roden. But the 21, Andrew Murray, did not pull into the pits. This is going to bring out a yellow most likely. Lap 31, just contact. This happens in these big races. Money on the line, drivers want it, and it's the last race of the year for a lot of these guys. I think Murray's going to pull into victory lane.
He won it.
I just missed it. Caution out, lap 32. Green flag, lap 32. Luis Martinez leading us away. Cole Custer kind of getting held up there on the restart. That's going to push back that entire inside line. Now Minch up to third, battling with the number 90, Tony McRae.
These have been exciting restarts in the late models.
Oh yeah. Some contact between Johnson and Loverock. More contact between Johnson and Loverock. I don't think it's going to end anytime soon. Lap 33. Partridge trying to work his way up, just got by Daryl Midland, the number 81. Closing in on Kwasniewski. It's amazing that car's running the way it is with that oil pump issues. However, the question is, how long can it run? We'll see if they can make it to the end. Still a long way to go on this one. Minch holds second, Custer in third, McRae fourth, and the 30 of Juan Esteban Garcia sitting in the fifth position, looking to the inside of McRae. 30 moving up. Kwasniewski now to the inside. Garcia sideways. Holds on to it. Gonna lose that track position he just worked up. That was the second time he had saved it, Tommy points out. First time actually ended up bringing out the yellow. We don't quite know why that yellow came out. There wasn't any evidence. Could have just been to check out what was going on with the 48 car. Big lead though for Martinez in the 03. Battle for second. Minch, Custer. Custer in the 55, Minch in the 5. Taylor Minch graduated from the ASA Truck Series. Got himself into some of the higher dollar cars, like these late models, super late models he's raced in. Actually, I don't know if he's raced a super late model. Well, great. Now I'm just talking out of my butt. Battle for second. A little bit of contact. It's early for that. 40 laps in. But it's a short track race, and it's never too early to get a little contact, right? Oh, yeah. Garcia to the inside of Partridge for the 6th position, going to clear him going into turn number 3. Partridge hoodless and smoking, still having a good run. And now Midgley getting pressure from behind. That's a battle for the 8th position. Brandon Loverock right there. I lied, that's actually for the 7th position. Midgley holds it. Loverock trying to close in. Loverock had those issues just a couple laps ago. We saw him get turned. What would have or should have been a major wreck actually was not, and that actually saved a ton of cars, unfortunately for Andrew Murray, who is now out of the race. Actually, I lied. I absolutely lied. Andrew Murray is still running in this race, in case anyone's ragging. He's right there coming through turn 4. They got that thing fixed, so credit to the crew, getting that car out as fast as they could. Loverock to the inside of Daryl Midgley through turns 3. Mike Johnson gonna try and follow through. There's contact. Johnson and Midgley get connected, tangle up. and still touching. Finish it off, why not? Lap 43 restart. Martinez leads us away again. Minch a little sideways. Spun the tires a bit. And we're even going into turn number 1. McRae looking to the inside. She's hungry for a win tonight. A little bit of contact between Minch and Custer. Two young drivers sorting things out. That number 5 to the inside of Custer. You look a little further back, you'll see the number 3 of Kwasniewski. He's actually a couple laps down. I'm noticing though, the 25 of Loverock has some front end damage. That could be an issue to overheating. However, we haven't seen an issue arise yet. And speaking of issues, the 48 of Brian Partridge has pulled it off during that last caution break. So it looks like what was terminal became even more terminal. That car appears to be done for the night. Unfortunate for Partridge, who won the last late model race out here. Out in 4th of July weekend. At least the last one we were here for. McRae and Custer battling for the 3rd spot. Custer trying to hold tight on that outside. Going to have to give it up going into turn number 3. More battling further back though. Loverock, Garcia, and then Kwasniewski, as we mentioned, a couple laps down. Battling it out. McRae to the inside of Minch. The last time we were out here, that number 90 machine was on a roll. It looked like McRae may have been a top contender and then got caught up in one of the bigger wrecks of that night.
Tonight's a little bit different though.
Oh yeah. The 33 on the infield, Scott Roden, pulling up to the tire truck. Could be a tire going down on that car. But it's been Martinez so far in the first half of the race. No one's been able to touch him. McRae 2nd, Custer 3rd. Time for Tommy to bring us to lap 75.
Well, isn't that special right there? Thank you, Jeffrey. Midgley and Johnson side by side, or they were trying to at least. That's a battle for the 7th position. Johnson and Midgley, 81 Midgley, Johnson the 17. Villaroma sponsored. We haven't seen a name like Villaroma on the side of a car in a long time. Irwindale Speedway days. Good to see Villaroma Sausage back on board with another stock car. This is a very interesting time of the race. For it being 100 laps, you look at someone like McRae, she is going on a mission right now. But how, the 52 off the pace, and he'll be pulling into the infield. But for a car like Tony McRae, you got to know that you need those last few laps, you need those tires to make it all the way through the race. And you got Martinez Jr. out front, who's just on cruise control, and he's watching that gap between 1st and 2nd slim down in the rearview mirror. Spotters giving lap times and everything else. So it's all interesting on how you manage your tires. And we will see Cole Custer put him in the category of on a mission, as well as Garcia and the number 30. Garcia trying to look for a way around Minch in the 5. Battle for the 4th spot right there on camera. Good strong run in position 1 motorsport machines and the late models. Garcia really putting a bit on Johnson on the back bumper of Loverock. Trevor Huddleston in the fight as well. All that is battling for the 6th spot. Johnson to the inside of Loverock. Loverock battling a loose condition. Either his tires are worn out, or he's worn out, or something. Because for a few laps, when I was filming at least, you can see those hands inside the 25 machine going back and forth, swatting flies.
Well, the aerodynamics are a bit screwed on that car.
On a third mile?
90 car.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Is that tire up? We'll see when we go by this time. McRae, your second place. Smoking.
That is not a tire up.
That is coming right from the center of the rear end. No good. And everybody tiptoeing behind her. Tony McRae smoking it up here. Wow.
What a shame, too. The car that looked like she was the biggest contender for the win against Martinez.
I do wonder how many times have these drivers come out to the bullring, and for instance, how many times have they been racing this year? And one of their first few races, I'm sure, is an endurance race. Oh, around Trevor Huddleston, turn number 4, Midgley sneaking by, caution. This could be a huge break for McRae or the end of her night. Restarting this one with 64 laps down, 100 total. We will see how it goes. The number 21, Andrew Murray, pulling off, and the 90, McRae, done for the night. We got a Minch going for the second spot, but on back from there, everything's exciting with Kyle McGrady. Oh, Johnson off the pace, and we're stacking him up. Johnson just lost power or something, and we saw what happened there.
Well, that's one way to take out half the field.
Wow, oh wow. So Johnson off the pace, and everybody just had nowhere to go. Absolutely not. Midgley, Loverock is figure 8 racing, and McGrady, who I just mentioned, off.
Yeah, it looked like
he stalled it.
It looked like Johnson's car just quit.
Yeah, it just lost power or something. And you see the dejected spotter, Kyle McGrady, walking down the stairs on his way home. Though, how bad is that damage? We don't know. Something tells me it's pretty bad. All right, the race of attrition, if you will. Really wasn't that bad early on, but now definitely more so than ever. Out front, Martinez Jr., Cole Custer, Minch, Garcia, Midgley, Trevor Huddleston, and the 5 of Allison. You see the 3, Dylan Kwasniewski in the mix. He's a non-issue. He's a few laps down. So Martinez Jr. out front. He has been rocking and rolling this ship all night long in the late models. Does Custer have anything for him, or does Martinez's teammate, Garcia, have anything for Custer or Martinez Jr.? Closing in on 30 laps to go.
That 5 car of Minch does have some right front damage on the right front fender.
Oh. Well, let's take a look. He does. He does, absolutely. Contingency sponsors are seeing a great view of the tires. And 30 laps to go, 29 at the stripe. Martinez Jr. It might be clean from here on out. Good answer, good answer. Midgley, one of the lucky ones from that last caution. He has some damage, but not as bad as McGrady and or Johnson.
Yeah,
all over.
We actually saw the how messed up those 2 cars were, the 71 and the 25. But Kwasniewski, man, If only he didn't have that tire go down.
Yeah, he's a front runner for sure, unfortunately. The timing and scoring shows otherwise due to the fact that he had to come in for a flat tire, replace it, and he went down a lap or two. Battle for the 5th spot down the front straightaway. Trevor Huddleston in the number 50 trying to get around 81 of Midgley, and we're going to do a camera and microphone swap.
"76 laps on the board, 24 to go." Luis Martinez Jr., the number 03 King Taco Machine, position 1 Motorsports powered car. He's been leading the way here with second place at the 55, Cole Custer. Talk about some of the big teams that come out here from Southern California. Position 1, and the obviously also you have to talk about Huddleston's team coming on out, the Justice Brothers Brigade. They both have 2 cars left in this fight each. 03 Martinez, the 30 of Garcia, the 55 of Custer, and the 50 of Trevor Huddleston. Also in this mix, the number 5, talked about him plenty. That's the number 5 of Minch, Taylor Minch, and the 81 Daryl Midgley. Midgley, these guys come out here every year, and the good news about a lot of these drivers that we notice on these sheets is that if the late model race doesn't go that well, they have another chance, and that's in a race, 2 races away, the super late models. So a lot of these guys won't be done at the checkered flag of this one, so plenty of racing to go tonight. Legend cars have a good battle to bring on, and their battle is going to be 50 laps, and then the big 150 lap finale of the super late models. 18 laps to go on the line for Luis Martinez Jr., Cole Custer, Juan Esteban Garcia, Taylor Minch, Daryl Midgley, Trevor Huddleston, Mark Allison, Dylan Kwasniewski. Only 8 cars really left on track to duel this one out. Started with close to 20. I believe 19 was the official starting number. Lost a couple cars early due to mechanical issues, and later, also due to mechanical issues, we saw a couple wrecks, especially the last one, which took out nearly 3 or 4 cars. The call on that was the number 17 of Mike Johnson. Seems the So what broke on the 17 car?
They think the drive shaft.
Drive shaft. Drive train. Drive line. Drive shaft, ladies and gentlemen. The number 55, Custer, under some pressure from Esteban Garcia. The number 30 machine, King Taco, representing out here at the bull ring. 13 laps to go. Going to be some lap traffic. That's the 5 of Mark Allison. It's going to go high, give these guys some room out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Custer's really been showing a lot of muscle in these late models. Young driver, but man, you can wheel a machine. Proving it again tonight in that number 55. But nobody's really had anything for that 03 of Martinez. Just on a rail. This battle here is the battle for 5th. That's Midgley who has it. Trevor Huddleston who wants it. Midgley was actually in that last wreck. Got out of it mostly lucky. Not many of those drivers could say that when the 17 car just halted in front of the field. You see some hood damage, but really that is not a big deal when it comes to short track racing. Battle for 2nd. Esteban Garcia to the inside. Trying to make a move on Custer. This makes me wonder, does the 30 have anything for both the top 2? Obviously this battle will continue, but there's only 8 laps to go, so it is an issue of time. How much time does Esteban Garcia have to make this move happen? Looking to the inside into turn number 3, gonna get cut off. Gentleman's agreement basically in this, especially here, is if you're not at the door, you probably don't have the position going into the turn. But it's always a tight call when it comes to, especially the last few laps of a race. 6 laps to go now. So we'll have to see how much of a gentleman's agreement it even matters when it comes down to the Fall Classic at the Bullring.
Catching up to your leader?
What?
Do they seem to be catching up to your leader?
Well, Tommy thinks that craziness is about to ensue, but I don't think they have enough time to catch and pass with only 5 laps left on the board. Martinez has been smooth all race.
I think the gap is closing.
With 4 laps to go, Martinez seems to be losing the cushion that he's built up this entire race. 3 laps now.
Or I wonder if it's a mind game. I wonder if Martinez is backing up, making Cole Custer overdrive so his teammate can come in second spot.
Well, here comes the teammate to the inside. No, it looks like, Tommy, it looks like that 03 car. For some reason, it seems under power. The 03 car's under power. Esteban Garcia is going to go by. 2 laps to go. Oh, there's contact. It's now a race between Custer and Esteban Garcia. Garcia takes second place, but 2 laps to go. Inherits the lead. Something's wrong with the 03. He's led the entire race, and Luis Martinez Jr. going to lose it in the last lap and a half. Custer tries to make last move, but it's going to be the 30 of 1 Esteban Garcia. Why do you think we tell you?
And out of turn 4.
No, Trevor Huddleston and Midgley. Midgley holds him off for the 5th spot. This, folks, is why we tell you, we always say, you never, ever, ever, never, ever,
Never.
leave a race early. That was, you called it, Tommy. You saw it, the 03, and then I was looking, I'm like, oh, yeah, it does look like
So let me tell you what, everybody. The best timing in scoring is when you have a camera. Because when you zoom out for quite a bit to see the gap, and all of a sudden that gap is shortening up, you happen to zoom in more.
Well, what a disappointment for Luis Martinez Jr., but it can't be.
He's done. He's done.
It can't be that bad, though. His teammate did win the race.
That's true.
And he still clinched 3rd, but wow.
Looks like it just ran out of gas or something happened.
Didn't it look like that?
Oh,
hey,
wow.
California Classic. Actually, Bob Gardner said, hey, isn't this starting to look like the California Classic?
Fall Classic.